Weather Words is a production of The Reporter, Delaware County's leading news source.
Today on a day when it's finally doing something we haven't seen in a while. It's precipitating. The reason we're standing on the porch is that it's not doing it right now. But if you look in the film over my shoulder, you're going to see it's kind of hazy out there. It's 68 degrees and the dew point is 68 degrees. If you're inside and you're going to step outside, you're going to walk out and say, yeah, okay, it's 68. In fact, it might get to 70. 70 is the dew point where you step outside and say, this is intolerable and this is horrible. You know, it got to that yesterday afternoon. But let's go back to last Thursday because you know what? The weather's been sort of boring. Let's go 78, 80, 82, and 84. Those are the temperatures for the last 4 days. But if you stepped out yesterday afternoon, you didn't stay out for very long because it was oppressive out there. And add be that its humidity index was terrible, okay? Even the kids next door went out in the pool, then came back in and said they were hot. I mean, I never hear them say it's too hot, but you couldn't even really sit outside at all. You walked into the sun, it was like putting yourself under a broiler. And that's really what it felt like. So hopefully, at least for today, we're not going to see that. But we've been really dry as far as we're concerned. I mean, we had only 1.8 inches up to what we're going to get today. And I hope they're going to be telling the truth because they said 3/4 to an inch, and in some places an inch plus if you get the thunderstorms. Good. We'll take it. The good thing about that is the kind of rain we've been getting this morning has dampened the ground. And you may say, yes, so what? That means the air bubbles aren't there anymore. So if we get a downpour, it's going to soak in. If you hit dry ground, the air can't get out as you're throwing the moisture on top of it and it all becomes runoff. So no matter what we get today, a whole bunch of it will soak in and it will make your garden look normal. I had 2 rhubarb plants wilted yesterday. I was thinking maybe I better water them. And I said, no, we're going to get rain. Okay, we have. But my cabbage has split, and that happens when you get hot, warm, wet, dry. They get a split in the top of them. So I've been giving them away to everybody. I said, hey, I can only eat so much. So anyway, it's getting used, but not normal. Anyway, I called my sister downstate that lives in Coscob, which is a suburb of Greenwich, Connecticut. I said, Sue, when's the last time you had rain? She goes, today is the 30th day in a row of no rain at all. She goes, we are on water restrictions. I can water my plants once a week. My day is Tuesday. And I said, well, maybe Tuesday you won't have to because I think you're going to get it. And right now they are under a horrible thunderstorm down there right now. I didn't call. But you go from nothing and ungodly hot. The days we were here at 81 and 82, they were at 92 and 91 and 93. Sounds absolutely horrible. Parts of this country are not so great. You can go to Dallas, Texas, which today will have its 22nd day above 100. That's unbelievable. Go over to Europe where they're baking. London today is supposed to get to be 100 degrees. I've never been there, but I've talked to people that are there. So even when it's normal temperature there is 71, they're going to be 100. That's 30 degrees above normal. And almost no one has air conditioning there because you normally don't need it. But they also told me on a normal day it smells because the Thames River has had 1,000 years of pollution dumped into it and it never smells good. I can't imagine what it's going to smell like at 100 degrees. And that's going to continue apparently in Europe until into August. So they're baking. They also have heat problems as far as air conditioning, electrical supply, water, and now there's fires breaking out on the mountaintops and things all over Europe. Not good there either. Of course, they say, oh, it's climate change. Maybe not. You know, again, this hasn't happened. Well, the temperatures in London today will break a record forever. You could go to Portugal. It was 116.7 yesterday, the highest temperature ever recorded in all of Portugal since they've been keeping records. Okay, is that climate change or is it a big freak in the weather? You know what? In order to be climate change, you need 100 years worth of averages. You average it all together. Then you have an average that's climate. If it's what happened in the last 10 years, it really doesn't count. Has there been a lot of change even here in 10 years? Absolutely. Is it climate change? I'm not sure yet. I did redo our averages because at 2000, I had from 1900 to 2000 was a set of averages. And then I know what's happened in the past 10 or 20 years as far as the amount of rainfall. So I redid it. I took 20 years off the end of it. So now it's went from 1920 to 2020. Have things changed? Yes. Okay. So has there been a change in climate? Yes. Of course, if you ever attended one of my earth science courses, I told people 35 years ago there was going to be a change in climate because this is the end of the warming cycle. You got about 10,000 years until our next ice age, just in case you're interested. But anyway, those are the kind of statistics the planet cares about. We're on it for a short period of time, and we judge things like, there, okay? Well, the planet doesn't. 10, 20,000 years to the planet's a blink of its eye. For us, it's an eternity. So it's one of those things that really needs studying. Not a study from 1990 to 2010, a study that goes over a long period of time. This has happened before, it'll happen again. Anyway, but I will take this. It is now raining once again. Okay, it wasn't raining when we started. When the dew point's 68 degrees and it's 68 degrees outside, that's what happens. You can blink and now it's raining on you, and then blink again and the sun could come out, okay? This afternoon's thunderstorms, be careful. If you hear rumbling in the distance and you have access to Doppler radar, look to see if they've put us under a warning, because if we get them, they are going to be the ones with downpours and maybe some gusty winds. We are not yet in a thunderstorm warning. They did say over toward the coast, they might end up having something in 1 or 2, which means there's a possibility of a quickly blown up thunderstorm or tornado. You know what? We're not there. And right now there's no severe over us, just a marginal chance of something happening later that we might have to worry about. Rest of the week, throw away the sweatshirts, throw away everything. We're going to be back in the 80s the entire week. And is this humidity going to go away? No, it's going to be here the whole entire time. We might get a chance of some showers on Thursday. There's a 40% chance. Who knows what that means? It means there's a 40% chance during the day you could get a shower. The rest of the day could be 85 degrees, so we'll see what happens. I like the weather because you know what? For me, every single day, it's a new thing. And then you got to take and add that to all the other statistics and everything else. So anyway, enjoy what you've got. And you know they all say, rain, rain, go away. Rain, rain, come and soak the ground. Because I don't like looking at brown spots in July. Years ago, we used to have them toward the end of August, or you might remember the old fair times where the Delaware River looked like a trickle because it had gone down to that point. Well, it's on its way down now, which isn't quite normal. But then again, has this year been normal? Okay, I'll talk to you all again on Thursday, and have a good week.
To advertise, subscribe, or sponsor Weather Words, call 607-464-4009.